Now that I've gone from the 13 to the 11-inch iPad Pro, the new M4 model, let's talk about some of my favorite accessories. Some of these I've used for years, like simple USB-C to SD card readers. Of course, you have the staples like Magic Keyboard and Apple Pencil, but there's some new convenient power banks to keep you charged on the go, USB-C cables that magnetically coil themselves, USB-C hubs to attach all the peripherals to your iPad, and more. But first, let's talk about my new favorite bag for the iPad Pro. This is the new Waterfield Messenger Bag for iPad Pro. It's got hidden magnets down here, so this little flap closes securely. You got the outside pocket here, handle in the back, which I really like, and the shoulder strap. And inside, there's a ton of organization for all of your iPad accessories. Padded pocket for the iPad, fits it with the Magic Keyboard, and everything I'm about to pull out and show you is coming from in this bag. There's also an elastic water bottle holder there, a zippered pouch to keep all those tiny accessories together, and another pocket with a place for your keys, power banks, and other accessories. Waterfield did send me this bag, but I get no affiliate commission if you buy it. But I just honestly think they make great stuff. I'm kind of a Waterfield stan. This is their Apple Vision Pro travel case. I got this AirPods Max case way back when AirPods Max first came out, I think 10 years ago. And yeah, I still use their backpack too, so anyway, I like their stuff. And so first up, obviously we have the new M4 11-inch iPad Pro. I went with the smaller version because I edit podcasts and the smaller size just makes that more convenient. Link to my full review of the M4 iPad Pro linked above and in the description. Of course, the Magic Keyboard is my go-to accessory for typing, and it also acts as a case, and the new Apple Pencil Pro. I do use this paper-like pencil grip. I just find it to be more comfortable holding for long periods of time, and the squeeze gesture still works with Apple Pencil Pro even with this grip. All right, next up, let's talk about USB-C cables because you're going to need them for charging and connecting your other accessories. Now, I actually have a few of my favorites here. I have a few of these Anker USB-C cables, great for charging, and they're tangle-free because they're made out of this like rubberized material. I use some of these Baseus USB-C cables. These are braided little metal tips here by the connector, and I have an Ondar little cord taco to keep it all together. And one of the newest cables I have are these Magtame cables. These are also braided, nice connectors on the end, but this actually magnetically adheres to itself. And it can work no matter how tightly you want to coil it. So if you want to coil this cable super tight, there's actually built-in like magnets that are going to hold it together. So here we go. I've coiled it super tight, and those magnets are going to keep it coiled up. And I don't need anything to just hold it together. Pretty sweet. Magtame also has these like MagSafe USB-C connectors. So one of the cool things you can do is take this little connector, which is basically like a MagSafe on one side, USB-C on the other. I'll leave that plugged into the USB-C port on the Magic Keyboard for the iPad. Then take one of the USB-C cables, plug it into this adapter, and now I basically have a MagSafe charger for my iPad Pro. It'll connect to the adapter right there. You see the light turns on, and my iPad is charging. And if I get up and go somewhere, it'll just come off because it's magnetically attached, like MagSafe. I've seen adapters like this in the past. I never really gravitated towards them, but since the Magic Keyboard has this USB-C port strictly for charging, this is a great little adapter, make it more convenient. All right, next up are power banks. You know I like to keep my stuff charged, and I do a lot of Qi 2 and wireless charging. This Anker Qi 2 battery pack is still one of the few that is actually Qi 2, charges 15 watts to your iPhone, has a little screen on the side so you can check the battery percentage there. But it also has a USB-C port so you can charge your iPad with this same power brick. Anker also has what they call these 3-in-1 chargers now, and I really like these because it actually has the plug so you can just put it in the outlet right here, folds up, has a USB-C cable built in. It is permanently attached, so you can use it like a handle, and then it has like a little metal loop so you can extend this, charge your iPad, and then retract it back, and there you go, you have your handle again. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour version. It charges at 30 watt speeds, and you can get it in the smaller or larger 10,000 milliamp version as well. Now, if you want an even larger power bank, I didn't put this in my bag, but this is one of the new Sharge huge power banks. This is over 20,000 milliamp hours. It's going to charge your iPad several times over. It also has a screen that'll tell you the wattage output and the battery percentage left of this power bank. It can charge at over 170 watt speeds, so you can also charge your MacBook Pro with this, 2 USB-C ports and a USB-A port. Plus, it's clear, so it looks cool. Sometimes I'll also carry around this Anker Prime power bank. This is 27,000 milliamp hours, 2 USB-Cs on the top and USB-A, button with screen to see the current percentage. I did a full review on this power bank. I'll link that above and down in the description. Now, you might already have a charger on hand, and a power brick does come with the iPad Pro, but when it comes to really compact chargers, I love this Nomad 60 watt GAN charger. It actually has 2 USB-C ports on the bottom. This can charge up to 60 watt speeds, so it can charge the iPad plenty fast. Also has the collapsible prongs there, and it's just super slim. This is the charger that I'm going to leave with my iPad Pro in the bag. And of course, I have my AirPods Pro 2 in here, USB-C version, so, that just goes with me everywhere. But next, let's talk about some USB-C flash drives and SSDs. The next version of Final Cut for the iPad will allow you to edit footage directly off an external SSD. And one of my favorites is this OWC. It looks like a flash drive, but this is a super fast, powerful SSD. You have USB-C on that side, and then USB-A on this side. This is actually a 1 terabyte version, and I use this with my iPhone to film ProRes footage. I can connect this to my iPhone, and it records directly to this. Then I can take it and plug it into my iPad Pro and edit that footage in Final Cut. That's one of my favorite SSDs, and of course links to all of this is down in the description. If you're looking for more of an external SSD style, you can get one of the Samsung T5s or T7s, but I also love this super compact OWC SSD. This is USB 3.2, so this should be plenty fast to edit off of in Final Cut if you want to do that as well. Now with that USB-C, and it's actually a Thunderbolt port on the iPad, there's lots of USB-C hubs and adapters you could take advantage of. I've talked about this one before, but one of my favorites is this tiny Anker USB-C to SD card reader. So you can read a full-size or micro SD card just with this tiny adapter. USB-C right there just plugs right into the iPad. This is great when I'm off shooting with my drone, and I can just take that micro SD card out and put it in here, drop that footage on my iPad. I also have this USB-C hub from HyperShop. I've had this one for a long time, I think since my 2018 iPad Pro. You can get newer versions that might fit the newer models better, but this still works. Just plugs right into the USB-C port, and this has an HDMI out, plus a headphone jack, USB-A, USB-C for charging, and also an SD and micro SD card reader. This might be the only USB-C hub you need to keep in your bag, and I've had this one for years, still going strong. But if you want an even bigger USB-C hub and you need more connections, this 7-in-1 from Anker, and there's lots of ones out there, other brands. I just find sometimes USB-C hubs that are off-brand, they fail or some of the ports don't work. So I usually stick with these Anker hubs or HyperShop. This one has HDMI, 2 USB-C ports so you can charge and then connect something like a USB microphone, has an Ethernet jack, and yes, your iPad can use that Ethernet jack to be connected if you don't have Wi-Fi. It has 2 USB-A ports and the micro and full-size SD card slots, all in this 7-in-1 USB-C hub. And maybe all those USB-C hubs are overkill for you. You just want a simple adapter to make sure you can plug in a USB-A flash drive into your USB-C iPad. This tiny little adapter is great. I forget the brand name, links down in the description, but USB-A over here, USB-C on this side. Those are the accessories I use most often, but I want to give you 2 more that's more special use cases, but really cool to use with an iPad. The first is a good USB-C microphone. This is one of my favorites. It's $50, the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X. It has a USB-C connection on the bottom, XLR here, so you could plug it into an audio interface as well. But I've done a lot of podcasting when traveling with this microphone. My co-host Jason Aten, he actually just bought one, and when we covered the iPad event, this is the mic he used to record that episode. And again, $50 for the incredible sound. You really can't beat it. This is an incredible value microphone. Now, if you want to get an upgraded microphone, you can get the Shure MV7 Plus, which sounds almost studio quality. It could be the last mic you really need if you're podcasting or doing some casual voiceovers. It also has USB-C, which is important. That's the MV7 Plus model. The older MV7 was micro USB. I don't want to deal with that anymore. But if you're looking to podcast with your iPad, maybe with an app like Ferrite or recording with remote guests using Riverside, a good USB-C mic really comes in handy. And just kidding, I actually have 2 more accessories. One is a video capture. This is an HDMI to USB-C. This is like a $10 adapter, but you can use this with apps like Orion to actually ingest an HDMI signal and display it on your iPad. This would be great if you want to play games while you're traveling, maybe connect your Nintendo Switch to your iPad, or really any HDMI device and use your iPad as a monitor. These cheap little adapters are really cool. Some of them don't work, and so I'll put a link to this one. This is the Guermok, and it's been one of the more reliable ones that I've tried. And lastly, if you wanted to get a good USB webcam, maybe you want to use one that's more professional grade like the Opal C1. This is the Opal Tadpole, which I find your iPhone will do better as a webcam than this. But if you do want that separate webcam, maybe just as easier to mount on a tripod, you can use webcams with the iPad in either the stock camera app or FaceTime, plus it works in some video conferencing apps. So you could use a standalone webcam with your iPad if you'd like. And those are the top accessories that I'm going to be carrying with me and using with my new M4 iPad Pro. Remember, if you want to see the full review I did of the 11-inch M4 iPad Pro, I'll put that video right up here and the link's in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you go. More iPad content. Going to be testing out the Logitech Combo Touch and some other keyboards and comparing them to the new Magic Keyboard. Plus, if you want to learn more about shortcuts, which makes your iPad even more powerful, you can automate your workflows or use those shortcuts on your iPhone to save battery life. automatically send text messages, and a bunch more. I'll put one of those videos right up here. Hit that like button before you go, and if you have any questions, leave comments below this video, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.